Hello and welcome, my grazing big mouth butterflies. It's SJB here, and we're in some more Chimps for you guys. I've been having some fun doing some weird Chimps challenges and weird Chimps things for you, so let's have some more fun. Again, as usual. And today we're going to be using an ezili strategy. Now, I think a lot of people would say that ezili is probably not their favorite hero. In fact, probably their least favorite hero. And I think this is why. You can't start off with her, even though she's the right amount of money. She just doesn't seem like she does all that much damage. She's like, what is she actually good for? Now, before we get too deep, if you guys want to be nice and press that like button for me, I'd really appreciate that. I try not to ask all that often, but lately I have been a little bit hammered with the lack of likes, and I feel like I need to do it. But I guess here's the main thing. First of all, ezili can see through walls, so that's one advantage that you might not realize. So you might want to put her in a spot something like this, something in a spot that might not be used by other towers, something that might be able to see through walls and see other balloons kind of as they're coming in and as they're coming around. And that might be, first of all, one more efficient way to use her. Second to that, she's usually not a finisher. She's a starter, all right? She is what we would call the fluffer in the Bloons TD6 business. She fluffs up these balloons and lets everybody else pop them later. So, we want to put her on strong, of course. We want to hit them big boothy balloons and let them die over time and let all other towers kind of just do all the cleanup work here. So that is the number one thing that we want to do. But the second question is, does she do any support action? Indeed she does. I'm very glad that you asked that question. But it's really not a starter way to do it. It's more of a mid-game way to do it. So what we want to do is we want to start getting ready for other towers that are actually going to keep us alive here in the meantime. And then later on, we're going to use the towers that are going to be extra specially delicious for us. So let's try to get this going. I like to think that we have a pretty decent base right now. We've got a Bionic Boomer, which is going to obviously pop almost all the frickin' balloons. Maybe not every single balloon, but he's pretty solid here, kind of guy to go for. But, ooh, check this out. Guess what? We do indeed. We pop camo balloons with ezili. So you don't actually need any other cam detection. That's one pretty decent advantage for her right now. What some people might call a disadvantage is this right here. What the heck does this do? Do people even use this thing? I think a lot of people just say it doesn't exist, really. But it is an ability that you should probably keep in mind. It stops regen balloons from regenning. Specifically on rounds like 25 or 31, or even crazier rounds like round 42 that might be a problem for you, you can probably clean them up with ezili when you might not be able to with some other heroes. So that's one huge advantage for us right here. Another advantage that you might not think about is coming up on round 28. And on round 28, guess what we could do? We could pop lead balloons. So if you have no other lead popping power, she also does that. So she pops camos, she pops leads, she pops pretty much everything but purples. So as long as you have some sort of purple popping power, you're probably fine over here. And you're realizing that we're actually able to survive and save up a pretty decent chunk of money in here. So what do we want to start building? Well, let me show you the answer, my friend. It might be a little confusing for you. We're going to throw down a wizard right here, and we're going to get him up to a... Wait. This is kind of weird. We're going to go for a guided magic. An arcane blast, you say? That's kind of weird. Yes, okay. But we're going to also go intense magic and monkey set. So right now, this is just a goofy wizard. This makes almost no sense. But soon, it'll all come together, my friends. Soon, everything will be... Oh, press the regen button! No more regenning for you! It only stops it for 6 seconds, but that's enough to not make these regen into zebras and destroy us all. So believe it or not, with our somewhat weird little tower choice here, just a regular Bionic Boomer, a random Shimmer Wizard, which isn't even doing that much popping power right now, ezili, and a couple subs, we're actually surviving through round 35, which is a decent balloon level here. It's because ezili is not doing nothing. She is popping the higher balloon layers, allowing us to just kind of do cleanup work with everybody else. But here's the game changer, my friends. Unpopped army. Now, a lot of people don't know this about ezili because they just don't get involved with ezili because they just think right away when you look at her, she's bad. She can't do pops. She doesn't do pops. But she does do something very interesting. But sadly, it has nothing to do with this right here. I think another reason why people don't like ezili, and I respect this, specifically on Chimps Mode, this is terrible, or in Poppable, this is terrible. She has no ability to help us out whatsoever with this totem. If you don't know what this totem does, it gives you camo detection, extra pierce, extra attack range, extra attack speed, and projectile speed to nearby monkeys. That's pretty awesome, but it drains you 10 lives. So unless you're willing to go for a heli pilot to get your lives back, or you're just willing to sacrifice 10 lives every time you really need it, this is worthless. And in Chimps Mode specifically, you can never get more than 1 life. So this is 100% worthless. But we do have something up our sleeve here, and I'm going to show you guys what I want to do here. On round 39, what I'm going to do is buy a kind of silly monkey ace, actually. I had to think about it for 1 second. I want to go for a quick fighter plane, because really my major weakness, as far as all of this is concerned, is going to be mostly Moab popping power. So I need to make sure I have some sort of Moab popping power in here that I can use to my advantage, and if I can do that with our unpopped army, we shall indeed be good. Now, you might be wondering why I'm doing this unpopped army nonsense. Right now, it doesn't give me any bonuses. I'll admit it. But soon, once we reach level 11, things will change completely. And once we get there, I'll show you guys kind of how I want to go around and do this and why this is actually super duper awesome. Alright guys, so we got some kind of weird crap going on right now. It should be noted that we have $32,000 saved up already. Ezili is just about to reach level 10, which is a pretty cool round for us to be on. But you might be wondering, what the heck am I saving up for? There's two different options for us. We can just go straight to a pod, and we really get to show off the awesomeness that is the Ezili pod combo, or we could do something sort of weird like going for an Energizer and getting faster experience for my hero. What? Look at that little ability right there. What does that mean? What? Energizer ability? Heck yes, it's an Energizer ability. And with that Energizer ability, life is going to be pretty gosh darn good for us, because we're about to start doing everything we could ever desire here, my friends. Okay, maybe I jumped the gun just a little bit. Maybe we should do this. Maybe that'll get us where we need to go. I think that's all we need, just a little bit more balloon popping power, because my graveyard ran out, which normally doesn't happen for me, guys. Look at that. That's so much better. Gotta get a little bit of balloon popping power in here, and let's hope for the best this time around. Still not enough. What? All right, how do you guys feel about some ace micro? We'll start it right when he gets over here, and that means the BFB should be kind of like on top of him here for at least a couple shots. And let's see if this is going to be the major difference for us. We could switch him back to Figure Infinite in just a second here to kind of keep him close by. Come on, Ace Micro. Come on, Ace Micro. Back to centered path. And that should be enough, I hope. I think. I believe. And yes! Ace Micro for the win! Some weird action there, but now we got to get this guy in circle path here and actually leave him until we get our Energizer, and that's going to be the game breaker for us. Wait. Did she reach it? Did she do it? No. Not yet. We're only level 10, which might seem like an important level for us, but honestly, it's not that important for us. Really, we want to wait until she gets to level 11. That is the game changer for us. I still haven't talked about why yet. That's because I want to leave you guys a little bit in the mystery zone. Oh no! Energizer! We need a few $100s here. Come on, guys! Get going! Get going! I need my monies! Where we going? Energizer is up. And he is going to start destroying everything. Look at this ceramic popping power. It is delicious, my friends. Absolutely delicious. Bloons will no longer be a problem for us, but we still have to worry about Moabs a little bit. Right now, I have some Moab popping power, just nothing absurd. But I want to save up another roughly $20,000 or so, and that's not exactly easy to make happen. But as you guys probably know, we do have some tricks up of our sleeve, like, for example, using Ezili's ability here to just insta-kill big chunks of mobs where we need to. The major issue with this is that the ability does take a little while to come back. You can usually only use it every 2 rounds or 3 rounds, or sometimes even longer than that, depending on how fast these rounds actually are going to go by. So timing this guy on the really difficult rounds is somewhat, though not absolutely pertinent, to our strategy. Somewhat important to our strategy. And the real game... I keep saying game changer, man. We gotta stop saying game changer. Oh, she's level 11! Increased attack reach. Okay, that's cool. Who really cares? Nobody cares. Increased pierce of reanimated balloons by 50%. Ooh. So who makes reanimated balloons? Only one little puppy right here. The Unpopped Army of the Prince of Darkness. The Pod. These guys make reanimated balloons. So we can make our Pod, which is already one of the most OP towers in the game, 50% more powerful. Did you just hear that right? So if you were using Ezili, and you're not planning on using a late-game Pod, you've got a major issue on your hands here. You also might be wondering, why the heck did I go for an Energizer when he seemingly isn't going to do that much popping power for us, or really that much help for us? It's, again, all about Ezili. If we can get Ezili to level 20 by the end of the game, oh, man, you're going to be impressed with what we can do with that guy. I don't even want to give it up for you guys yet, but just know that life will be very, very, very good for us when we finally can make that happen. So I'm going to use this on round 73. We got multiple BFBs and a Moab coming out. We're going to kill these guys real quick. Next time we're going to need this guy is round 75. And on round 75, there are going to be a lot of BFBs coming out against us. And without this thing, you would lose. Absolutely, 100%, you would lose. With this thing, as long as we time it right, we should be able to take down all the BFBs inside and all the Bloons inside because they just get completely obliterated. Sadly, we are still a little bit off of our Prince of Darkness here, about $10,000 or so. Probably won't get that until past 76 or 77. It's going to be a little tricky on these next few rounds. We're going to have to watch it and see if we have to build any random support towers to kind of support all of our additional Bloonage here. All right, so we're going to start off just starting to pop the Bloons regularly. Let everything kind of get built up on the screen and everything. And then once we get built up, we're going to get ready to obliterate. Let's use our ability, taking down BFBs like crazy, and we take down everything. Look at that, round 75. Absolutely beautiful. Energizer destroys all regen Bloons. Life is good, man. Life is good. Ooh, 77, another very big Bloon level. I laugh in your face. Ezili sucks? Yeah, right, bro. You just gotta use her right. You just gotta use her right. Time her right. Make her get used with the right towers and the right combos. And oh my goodness, I feel good. Pod. Now don't forget, this isn't just no ordinary pod. This is a super-powered mega pod right here. Imagine like a pod of dolphins, and imagine how much destructive power these pod of dolphins could do. Imagine a pod of dolphins with laser beams attached to their head, and these laser beams don't just shoot regular lasers, they shoot gamma ray lasers that give you cancer in 23 years exactly. And that is the power of what we have right here, is these 23-year detrimental cancer rays. And I don't think there's any way around it, man. It's just beef-tastic. And on a level like this, you might be thinking, holy crap, Chris, that's a lot of reanimated Bloons right there. Oh boy, is it, my friends. Oh boy, is it. Pod equals ownage sauce. I'm very happy with what I've got, but we have to think about what else we want to do in addition to what we have, because Pod can't take us to the end of the game. So we're going to have to make sure we keep on leveling up over here, make sure we get ezili to level 20, which should not be an issue whatsoever with our Energizer. And then I want to get a couple other towers here that are going to work well with my current towers. So as you can tell, one of my major issues is if I don't pop these mobs fast enough, we run out of graveyard and we lose. So we have to make sure we use ezili's abilities on the big Bloons, take them down, let the pod kind of clean up the rest. They're just a really awesome team. And I've only got $12,000 here, but I was thinking Sky Shredder would be my optimal tower for this map. He'll take down the higher tier Bloons, keep my graveyard kind of always up. He'll pop the high tier Bloons, let the Bloons kind of walk over into my graveyard territory here, and life will go on. I can't believe I keep wanting to say life is good, but it is. It's just good. I guess I'm just a happy person today. No need for our abilities at this point in the game. We'll just wait until we actually need it. We'll check it out, see how we're going to do against DDTs and stuff like that, because normally those are kind of like problematic, though not necessarily horrible with this strategy. Around 90 and 93 and 90, no matter who you are, man, 95 is a scary frickin' round to exist on. I don't care what kind of defense you got. Unless you've got a preemptive strike, 95 can be deadly. Even against a pod, even against other random things, it can still be deadly. But money is really rolling in right now. I don't have to even worry about anything right now with the amount of money that we got. It's kind of awesome. Late game, it does get to the point where the rounds are almost long enough that you can use this ability almost every single round if you desire. But one thing you should probably try to do is get the Bloons as close as they can to popping before you end up using your ability, because then when you use their ability, it's going to start to insta-kill all of those Bloons and everything inside of them. So you don't want to just try to damage from 4,000 health down to 0 health and then have all these BFBs pop out at full health. You'd rather go from 50 health down to nothing, and then jump and go 50 health down to nothing, and jump 50 health down to nothing, and so on. Now we've got almost $40,000 saved up already, so we can go a lot of different ways, but again, I'm just kind of feeling the Sky Shredder today. It just feels like the right tower for me. So I'm going to go for a Sky Shredder in just a second, guys. Again, try to time it. It's not perfect, but use your ability once these guys are a little bit lower on health, if possible. Shredding time, baby. It's shredding time. That's a big change for us. Now, there's one tower that I really haven't gotten yet that I think will actually surprisingly help us out a lot. Check this out, though. This DDTs, man. Check this out. Oh, that's hilarious. How about a village? Right next to all of my favorite, biggest and bestest towers here. Let's do it. Let's get a Jungle's Realms, but we don't need anything beyond that. 15% extra attack speed and power for everybody. That's pretty awesome, if I do say so myself. And now we have to decide, well, what do we want to do in addition to this? We can go a lot of different ways. I honestly don't know how much money I'm going to end up saving up over here. My first thought was to go for a permacharge. I'm not sure if we're going to get the money in time for round 98, which is probably like the best time to do that. So I might just get some support towers in here and kind of just build it up with a couple different abilities to kind of like support everybody in one big conglomerate. The number one support tower that I'm going to build is going to be an Alchemist up to middle path over here. Explode crap. Always feels good to do that with large potions. And I'll do the exact same thing over here. And the reason why I'm going to do it over here instead of on the bottom is because they are going to come over here this way, and right here is where most of the things are going to end up exploding, hopefully. So we'll go for 2 of them instead of just 1 of them, because we do have 2 different exits, and we can decide if we want to use our abilities or not. Right now, Sky Shredder's taking care of pretty much everything, so we don't really need to use them. But on a round like 95, it might just be worth it, just to press that button, just in case something stupid happens, and a DDT randomly sneaks through. It's really annoying when something stupid like that happens. So let's press this button right about, and just watch everything get destroyed. Yes! Don't even have to slow that puppy down. Round 96, a pretty beefy balloon level, I should add. Pretty beefy. We've got about $13,000 saved up in here. Yeah, and I'm not sure where I want to go with these, though. Go a lot of different ways. I think I might go Super Maelstrom. And I might do that mostly because I can get a primary training without too much extra stuff. And I can go for a quick Super Strom without very much money invested at all. And then I can spend my extra money again on just like kind of minor support towers if I want to, without waiting for my big chunk of change to like change the game for me entirely. All right. If I can, I'm going to try to not use my ability on round 97, because round 98 is probably the round I'm worried about the most, even with the Super Strom. Even with. Now, ezili is officially level 20! So what does level 20 mean? Mob Hex works faster and can... What? What was that? Bad balloons? Bad balloons? Destroy bad balloons? Did you hear that right? Indeed you did. All right, let's use our ability here. Let's see if we can take down a lot of these extra balloons. We destroy a lot of them, but not all of them. We're going to end up using our Super Strom here to just kind of clean up the rest of the balloons. And it looks like round 99 shouldn't be too bad for us. Sky Shredder and this guy combined together. Nobody even gets to the middle here. And guess what? I might have used that too early. I might have used it too early. Let's see. Oh, no, we didn't use it too early. We take it down so fast. So fast. Dang, dude. Holy crap, is that powerful. Look at that. We just took down a bad in like 3 seconds. Well, it goes to show you that she does have a steep learning curve. She's kind of weird. It doesn't really make that much sense, but you're probably using her wrong. You need to make sure you're using a pod, and you need to make sure you're using the right towers with her, and you also need to make sure you're willing to be an active player. If you're an active player with active ability uses, and kind of understanding which rounds to use those active abilities on, you're going to do frickin' fantastic. Regardless, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you press that like button for me, make sure you subscribe, and of course, have a super duper delicious day.